How's it going, everybody? It's Eddie G from Grace Fitness 7. Today we're going to be talking about protein. We got meals on this side, and we got a person on this side. Okay, so let's just say you're a fitness trainer and you're speaking with your client, and they're talking about muscle mass. You got to remember the first things first is protein. You know, there's other things involved too, carbohydrates and fats and timing and exercises and sleep. But first things first is protein. And protein comes from the word first, pro. So that's why we're talking about protein first. And I'm going to make other videos on carbs and fats, one thing at a time here. So first of all, you're talking to your client, or you're not a trainer, but you're just a person who wants to get in better shape and you think protein is essential for you, and you're starting doing strength training or endurance training or any type of physical activity, you're going to need more protein. Okay, so we're going to talk about this, guys. So let's just say you're a trainer, your client comes to you, you got a game plan for him, you got him on a good training program, you got him on a good training regimen. Now you're talking to him about protein. And you say, hey, what's your daily day like? Give me a 24-hour recall. What did you eat today? This protein, nothing else. Okay, for breakfast I had 2 eggs. Okay, that's 12 grams of protein. What else did you have? 2 pieces of toast and maybe some coffee with my coffee and some milk, like half and half, or you know, some type of creamer, so maybe 2 or 3 grams of protein from that. Of course, guys, this is an estimation. Puts them at roughly about 20 grams, because 2 eggs is 12 grams, 2 pieces of toast, maybe about 6, that's 18. The little milk that they use, 2 more grams, 20. Boom, 7 a.m. They're off to work. They start their work at 8:30. They get their lunch break at 12:30. For lunch, they ordered a chicken salad. Chicken salad, they have a chicken breast, maybe the size, 1.5 sizes of your palm. That's roughly about 30 grams of protein. Remember, 1 ounce of beef or chicken or tuna, anything solid meat like that. 1 ounce is about 7 grams of protein to 6 grams. So let's just say 7 grams. You do the math. That's about 4.5 grams, about 28 grams of protein there. And let's just say again, he eats a piece of toast or whatever, puts him at roughly around 30 grams, right? So now dinner time, let's say 6:37, he eats a steak. You know, steak size of two fists here, excluding the fingers, of course. Puts it a little bit over 40 grams, but once he cooks it and takes the fat off everything off the steak, you're looking at about 40 grams. So roughly, he ate 90 grams, or she ate 90 grams of protein for that day, 90 grams. So your person here ate 90 grams of protein for a day. Now, you got to keep in mind, the minimum protein requirement for a 100 kilogram individual is 100 times 0.8. That gives them 80 grams of protein. They're roughly above that. This is for a sedentary individual, though. This is just to keep muscle mass, not to lose muscle mass. We're not even talking building here. We're not talking performance. All right, guys? So strength athletes need 1.6 to 1.7 grams of protein. I'm pretty sure if you're a trainer, you're prescribing squats, barbell rows, bench presses, overhead presses, so on and so forth. So that you're doing strength training. So a 100 kilogram individual needs 160 or 170 grams of protein a day. They're at 90. So this is where we talk about supplementation. Some people are not big eaters. You know what I mean? You can only eat so much food a day, and you got to spread your protein out during the day too. You can't even eat all your protein at once. The most protein you can digest now. I'm not talking about consume. You consume 80, 100 grams of protein in one sitting. You're only going to digest about 25 grams. So why would you waste your food? That's why each meal you want about 25 to 30 grams of protein. At the most, maybe 35, because you're only going to digest at the most 25, maybe 28 grams of protein. You know, so they're at 90 grams. So you want to get them somewhere between 160 and 170, because that's the math, 1.6, 1.7, all right, for a 100 kilogram individual. So now you introduce a protein shake, somewhere in between their lunch and their dinner, 30 grams. If they ate their lunch at about 12:30, they're eating dinner, say 6:30, 7 o'clock. That's a big gap. You know, you got to eat protein every 2 or 3 hours. 2.5 hours is probably the perfect window. This is why bodybuilders for years spread their protein out throughout the day, guys. This is why they do that, because they know about digestibility, assimilation. Really not what you eat, it's what you're assimilating, what actually gets into the muscle cells, all right? So 30-gram protein shake of a whey protein isolate, or the favorite protein shake of your choice. Say if you're a vegan, so it's going to be poly pea protein, poly hemp protein, a poly combination of those type of proteins. It doesn't matter. Get a high bioavailable protein in you, 30 grams. So now that at 120. How about another 30 grams? Maybe between breakfast and lunch. You know, 7 and 12:30 is a long gap too. Maybe around 10:30, introduce another protein shake or a protein bar. That puts him at 150 grams of protein. Now, according to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics of Canada and the American College of Sports Medicine, an active person needs anywhere from 1.2 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram. So that's about 120 grams to 200 grams. So if you introduce the protein shakes, you got them at 150 grams right here, all right? Or you yourself are using this formula. You're at 150 grams, all right? Of course, this is a 100 kilogram individual. If you're half that, 50, you'd be at about 80 or 90 there. You could do the math. Whatever your weight is, 90 kilograms. 100 kilograms, just so you know, that's 220-pound individual. So 90 kilograms would be a 200 individual, and so on and so forth. You could do the math here. So you're looking at 160, 170. These people are really grinding. Maybe they're doing CrossFit. Maybe you got them doing Olympic lifts, and they're just really tired. You want to get them to that 1.6, 1.7. So 150. Now they had their whole meals from 7 to 7. Maybe introduce a midnight snack. I just put midnight snack. You can have a snack whenever, guys. I just put midnight snack. This is something you can have a base off of, Midnight snack, 20 grams of protein. Maybe some cottage cheese or some Greek yogurt, which is good for probiotics. It's going to be more a slow digestive type of protein or slow digesting protein. What if they're vegetarian, whatever? They can make some type of oats or high protein grains, or have some Ezekiel bread. Each Ezekiel bread first of all, Ezekiel bread is a complete protein. Second of all, Ezekiel bread has 5 grams of protein per sandwich. So let's just say they have 2 slices of toast with some almond butter or peanut butter. It's roughly about 15 grams. It's almost 20 grams, guys. So there's a lot of ways to get this. Now you put that individual 170 grams of protein a day. Now they're ready to build muscle, and this is the plan of attack you need. When you sit down with your clients, you got to give them a plan of attack. You got to let them know, hey, and you got to be the mind for them. They can't be calculating all these things. Some of my clients, they're really busy people. They're working 10, 12 hours a day. I got to be the guy I just tell them, hey, throw numbers at, what did you eat? I ate a chicken salad. Okay, more or less, how big was your chicken breast compared to your cell phone? This big compared to your fist. Okay, I already know pretty much how much protein they're getting. I can be off a gram or two. This is not an exact grams of protein, but this is a good rough estimate. They're not going to be nowhere lower than 145 and nowhere higher than 155. So you're at a good estimate here. So this is what you need, guys. If you're going to be training, you got to sit down with your people. You got to fire them up. You got to know what you're talking about right off the bat, because they'll know, after 12 sessions with you, did they get results? Did you sit down with them? Did you talk protein? Next time I'm going to talk carbs. I'm going to talk fats. I'm going to talk sleep. I'm going to talk parasympathetic nervous system, sympathetic nerve, all of these things as a trainer needs. But today it's just protein, guys. And when you sit down with them one day, talk protein. What did you eat today? This protein. Okay. Don't overwhelm them with everything, And then the next time maybe you talk carbs. Next time maybe fats. Next time maybe about sleeping at the 5th session. So they get educated. You can't give them all this information at once. If you got a bachelor's or a master's, or you've been training 5, 6, 7, 8 years, don't take, they're not going to know all this stuff, kinesiology, if they're an engineer or if they're in another trade. Just like you don't know their trade, they don't know your trade. You got to be the expert here. So you got to help people out. This is why I became trainer, because I know this stuff helps. From the textbooks and from real life experiences. I've been doing this now for 10 years. My first couple of years, I struggled with this because I didn't really know all of this. I didn't memorize it. But after about the 5th or 6th year, when I sit down with my clients, I'm rocking and rolling. And remember, I have them write down their goals. I have them write down what they're eating for the first few days. Because if you don't write down what you're doing, it's an idea. It's not a goal. And they got to know more or less what they're eating. Because you can be the best trainer in the world. You can give them the best exercise prescription. You can talk all of this. But if they're not putting it in their bodies, they're not getting the right nutrition, they're not going to grow. If they're not going to grow, they're not going to get results. They're not getting results, they're not coming back, people. So keep this in mind. Again, this is an estimation for a 100 kilogram individual. These are meals throughout the day. You're going to know most people are not even at 90 grams. Most people are probably at 70 grams and weigh somewhere around 90 kilograms. So you already know they're below their minimum requirement for protein. So how do you expect them to grow if you're not educating them? All right, guys, Eddie G, Grace Fitness 7. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the little bell so you get notifications. I'm going to start dropping 2 or 3 videos a week. And let me know what you want me to talk about. Give me some feedback, some positive feedback. And, again, Eddie G, Grace Fitness 7. You guys have a good day. Bye-bye.